It's Greg from Kinobody.com. I'm in New York. I kind of slurred my speech there. Okay, let's begin. I'm here with my buddy, Mike Vacante. What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Good, good. We're here in New York. We've been chilling a little bit, and we're about to get some awesome food. But before we do that, I want to talk about fitness for a bit, because I have the pleasure of Mike being here. So
And drinking.
We're enjoying some ciders. Why not? Why not? It's a great time. We're having a ball. Wow. Yeah. So, Mike, we actually have a very similar approach to fitness. So you're extraordinarily lean, and to you, what has helped you maintain and get to a really low body fat? What has really kind of been that breaking point for you? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Something we've talked about before is eating foods that I enjoy, flexible dieting, which is like a completely overplayed term, and like we've all heard of it, but it works and it makes a ton of sense. And psychologically for fat loss, like eating stuff that you like and getting close on your macros across the board is definitely one thing. Like to move to a more psychological thing, having a reason why, like the motivation behind everything, I think is big and has been big for me.
Let's pause for a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your motivation to be in great shape. So you guys will probably see in the New York vlog or the New York meetup, Mike is extraordinarily shredded. Abs, just sheet of abs, a lot leaner than me. And yeah, so what's your motivation to kind of be in such great shape?
So when I am training and when I'm like running on all cylinders and when I am hitting PRs in the gym and staying on top of nutrition, like life is better, everything. And it's not because like girls love dudes with abs and hate guys without them, but it's because you are more confident in a better version of yourself, you being me, when I'm training and when I am just being in that like disciplined mindset. It helps with work stuff. It helps with everything.
That is beautifully put. I've been trying to like kind of put that into words and articulate that, and I haven't seen anyone do it better. So that's cool. I feel the same way. It's like when I'm kind of strict to a certain sense and like kind of dedicated and on my path, like everything's going better. If I fall off the wagon, and usually for me it's like working out something I just comes so easy to me. I want to hit the gym. I go 3 days a week, so I don't get burnt out, or 2 days sometimes. But where the harder point for me for the last 5 years has been the nutrition, which is why I think my programs work well, because I'm like a real dude. I'm not like some, I don't have like the willpower of a monk. I like food. I like to enjoy food. So for me, sometimes if I fall off the diet, I'm like, I'm like going higher in calories. It messed up my whole vibe, with confidence and all that.
And you just like don't feel as good. You feel kind of bloated, and like we're lucky in that we really enjoy training, probably because we're not doing 5, 6, 7 day a week protocols. But for a lot of people who struggle to get in the gym or like don't really like it, like you've probably heard from clients, and maybe some of you guys, like some days you're just not feeling it and you don't want to go. Just getting there and getting that workout in, you're gonna feel a lot better about yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So Mike, you got a really great physique. You got the Kinobody physique. You got the Kinobody Greek god physique. So let's talk about your approach to working out and training. What seems to be working for you? What have you been doing recently?
Yeah, so I
just banging around.
I train similar to you, but based on compound exercises, obviously in the like 2 to 5 rep range is how I start most of my workouts, and then I'll throw in like I won't try to grow everything at the same time, right? Like we were just talking about. So if it's chest focus, I'm going to be starting most of, like if I'm going to incline bench that day, I'm going to start my workout with incline bench. So it's like as strong as it's going to be.
Yeah, let's pause for a second in case they haven't seen that other video we did. But as you get more advanced, you've been lifting for how many years now? A long time, more than you can count on one hand.
Right. Like 5 years, 10 or longer. Like
So when you've been training for a long time, you can't expect to grow everything at a decent pace at once. It's out of the cards. And so what you do is you prioritize. You're like, you know what? For these few months, I really want to focus on building my chest. And then you just to kind of go off what you're saying, then you build your chest to catch everyone up to speed. So so you do some specialization stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of specialization, like whatever the focus is that month.
And this is not for like raw beginners, This is not for beginners.
Right, because like they can make progress on a simple linear periodization full body program. progress everywhere, right? Like gosh, I'm so jealous of any beginners in the world right now. And then I'll throw on, when I'm in a surplus, I'll throw on some higher volume isolation stuff. So maybe finish my workout with 3 or 4 by 10 to 12 on bicep curls and slow the tempo down a little bit. And I've just found that for hypertrophy and for like, you know, I put on probably half an inch on my arms over the course of many months.
Yeah.
But like doing
half an inch is a profound difference.
Half an inch is a lot, right?
It's a lot, yeah.
Doing like spending a lot of time in that 10 to 12 rep range. But yeah, mostly like minimal frequency, not really more than 3 days a week, very little cardio, and just intermittent fasting, keep my macros pretty much on point with.
And you also live in New York, so you're walking an hour a day. So you
I'm
like
walking an hour a day,
cardio will give you nothing. Your maintenance, your energy expenditure is already really high, unless you're going for like conditioning and stuff.
Right, which I'm not. I'm like a complete show pony. Like how I look and strength is all. I don't play any sports well at all. So yeah.
You know what I like about that is that you're doing like the heavy lifting, really the progressive overload stuff, and then you're also doing, you know, more of the higher rep volume stuff, which is great because a lot of people in the fitness industry, weirdly enough, they get stuck into one style. They're like, oh, I love heavy weights, and they won't allow themselves to do higher reps, especially for exercises where it's like lateral raises. Okay, those don't work for 4 or 5 reps.
Yeah, right.
They don't work for 4 or 5 reps. Yeah. So you gotta be fluid. And other people are like, oh, I love high volume, high reps, and they'll just literally just get stuck into one camp, and they won't
get any stronger.
Yeah, they won't take the benefits out of both of them. Some people do the same thing with like, oh, I love kettlebells, and they'll just stick to kettlebells or just body weights. Like, you know, be pragmatic about it. Get the most out of everything.
Don't be dogmatic. Like use all these different styles and take all this information and put it together.
Yeah, and then just like one quick point here is like the fitness industry loves to hate on machines. Like machines are horrible. You know, there's no stabilization involved and all this. And it's like, well, actually, if you're just killed like, you know, some incline benching, or you just killed flat bench press, it's gonna take a lot out of you to do 3-4 sets of incline dumbbells with heavy weight. When you're advanced, you gotta throw up 100 pounds. So actually just jumping into a machine, you can get volume in without that neural depletion, without that mental fatigue.
Absolutely.
So sometimes I'll do like machines and stuff. So.
And I love like a chest supported row machine.
Yeah,
get my
killer.
Upper and mid back, love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So very, very balanced and like, you know, pragmatic about the stuff.
All the tools are in there. Like use them.
Yeah, it's funny how like, because my experience is that when someone's been in the industry for a long time and they've actually built a great physique, because that requires that you do things right, and they're like having a great life, which is something we'll get into right now, they figure out what works. You know, they kind of put the pieces together. Like, okay, this is what it takes to build a great physique. This is what it takes to be lean, and then they just let everything flow into their life. So yeah, that's kind of why I think we fall into the same kind of philosophy with training and lifestyle. And
enjoy life, but still make progress.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you fit in dinners and drinks and living in New York and going on dates and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
so my first dates, I have like a no alcohol first date rule because I always want to make sure the girl will eat ice cream. So every first date is ice cream, or like maybe froyo if it's a low, like if I don't.
And if they're not
gonna
eat ice cream, sorry, next, no, can't do it.
Seriously, it's a great screen because I consume a lot of ice cream. Like
what's your favorite ice cream brand?
Chocolate.
Oh, my Pop Chips and chocolate is like your.
It's my ice cream.
Your ice. What kind of ice cream?
Ben and Jerry's. Like I don't eat like almost nothing other than Ben and Jerry's.
Damn. So when you come
cinnamon buns.
I gotta try your Ben and Jerry's, and then when you come to Canada, you gotta try Chapman's frozen yogurt, which is fantastic.
Is it?
It's like really low calories, like super low, and it like when you let it soften up and melt, it's fantastic.
It's like soft serve.
It's like it's not soft serve, but if you let it sit for a bit, it's like soft serve. Throw some chocolate chips on that.
Okay.
Game over. Chapman's.
All right.
But it's only in Canada.
I'm open to it.
I gotta try your frozen yogurt before I leave, though.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Get some going tonight. but yeah, so like
we'll get some.
Meal timing is one thing that helps a lot, right? So if you save a lot of your calories for later in the day at nights when the social events are going on, when you have the big dinners, when you have the dates or whatever.
That's a huge point. That's glad you brought that up.
Yeah, by having like 800 or 1,000 calories to play with at night, you can make that work. Whereas if you're eating 6 small meals a day and you start at 6 a.m. with your Tupperware of like chicken and sweet potatoes, then you only have 400 calories for your date, and the girl's like, let's go to this bar, and is clearly like...
So yesterday actually, like, we did this Kinobody meetup, I walked around a lot, so I had a good energy expenditure, and so my first meal was at like, you know, in the afternoon I had a huge Chipotle bowl, you know, 1,200 calories easily, and then at dinner, I had 2 pizzas. 2 pizzas! Like, literally huge. Annie, can you testify to that?
Yeah, they're huge.
Testify, yeah. And, like, that was a lot of calories, but, like, if I didn't do 2 meals a day, like, I'd be blown up in a second. But it's like, I probably was close to maintenance, the fact that I was pretty active. I ate, like, 1,200 plus another 1,600.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Which is amazing. You're on vacation, you got to enjoy a ton of stuff that you like, and didn't go over maintenance, which is it's the dream.
Right. And when your days that when you like literally hit maintenance and you feel like you've eaten an entire town, like it's like getting lean and maintaining a low body fat is so easy. Mm-hmm. It's like even when you feel like you screwed up a ton, you're like, whoa, I'm at maintenance.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what are your philosophies on drinking and alcohol and that kind of thing? Fitting that in
for it. I'm pro. Same thing. Like if I'm being meticulous about my macros and I'm really pursuing a fat loss goal or some kind of goal, I'll keep carbs lower during the day if I'm going to drink at night. Something like 25 or 30 grams of carbs per drink I'm going to have. But in general,
and what's your drink of choice? Do you do beer or?
So I like super girly stuff. I mean, I like a hoppy beer is good to me, but a Stoli vanilla vodka with Diet Dr. Pepper, which you can rarely. Like, if you ask for that at a bar, they're just gonna be like, "Get out of here! What's wrong with you?" But it's and like any kind of vodka or any kind of straight liquor with 0 calorie chaser, or if you're more masculine than I am and drink it on the rocks or straight or whatever you men do with bourbon and stuff. But just like eliminating the tag-along carbs, right? Like not having a frozen margarita that has 90 grams of sugar in it is going to save you a lot of calories, going to allow you to drink and still be on point with your goals.
Yeah. So, Mike, so where can people go to find you? I know on your site you have an awesome like free bonus for figuring out the macro stuff.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that for a bit?
Yeah. On theregimen.com or like. It's 2015, so if you Google my name, Mike Vacanti, that's the first thing that'll come up. There's a free ebook in there, the standard, give me your email and I give you an ebook, and I don't send spammy stuff either, so come there. Or just like Instagram, Mike Vacanti.
And I will vouch for that ebook. Yeah, definitely awesome. It's definitely worth getting for sure. Cool. Well, dude, thanks. Let's get some dinner now.
Let's do it. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Alright guys, that was a sweet little video I filmed with Mike Vacanti when we were chilling. We were like, yeah, let's film a video before we went out for dinner and drinks. He's a really sweet guy, we're probably going to hit it up in LA soon. Yeah, check out his site, ontheregimen.com. Really good stuff. I'll probably get him on a podcast. And stay tuned for the New York vlog, which will be coming in the next few days. Yeah, that's all. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there. I'll be doing more and more awesome videos, and comment below what you want to see, what you'd like me to do. So, yeah, take care. Bye.